Good morning, good morning. Today some informations about Bulgarian flints. Why it's interesting and important? Because first citizen of Europe emigrated along Danube River and other rivers, and one of these ways of migration was Bulgaria. So, because of collaboration with Bulgarian Academy of Science and University of Sofia, we organized a survey in North Bulgaria, collecting flints as raw material used at Stone Age, and we describe type of flints, and we prepared materials for mineralogical and geochemical examination. I was invited by Dr. Stefanka Ivanova, Dr. Maria Gurova, and we and a colleague from University of Sofia, Popova, Dr. Popova, and we did survey from place to place. We collected materials between, let's say, two main places, Roman and Karlukovo, where in the past we did examination in Temnata cave. It was big international team working during a few years, and very interesting results are presented in 3 books printed in Poland. And Nikopol, this area was the most interesting for our survey. And we started at region Roman Karlukovo. There are present Cretaceous limestones with nodules of flint of size up to 1 meter of diameter, big, very big, light gray in color, very good for knapping. This material was present in Temnata cave and was used during thousands of years by Prehistoric Man. It's one of horizon of limestone, and second horizon is represented by small flints of dark color, good for knapping, but it was possible only to produce small implements from this, using this material. From this is possible to obtain very big flakes of very good quality. And this mineralogically, these light gray flints from area of Roman Karlukovo are built mostly of chalcedony. This is this mass, and at this mass one can observe concentrations of quartz, slightly coarser in grains, and flint contains a mixture of opal. This dark spots, this is opal. And composition of flints, typical composition, is shown on this diagram. Sometimes are small mixtures of below 1%, or about 1% of carbonates, and traces of opaque minerals, mostly sulfides, pyrite. Next place we visited is site Reselesh Kokale. There is a very beautiful area with fantastic Cretaceous limestone, with fantastic caves and niches, very well developed karstic phenomenon, and at these limestones there are present flints of size up to 30-40 centimeters, gray in color, and under the microscope it look like this flint, and is composed of opal, these dark concentrations, and chalcedony, this is this small light gray points, spots, and contains admixture of carbonates. The amount of quartz is very low, about 1-2%, so it's not recrystallized too much, and carbonates up to 15%, traces of iron sulfides. And these forms are relics of organic skeletons, probably micropaleontological. And next place, localization is given using this data. So GPS was used for determination of the place. You may find this on the map. And there is small quarry exploring gravels, probably for construction of buildings, admixture for cement. And there are gravels containing flints, and rare flint implements. There, Dr. Gurova gave me this localization using GPS. And under the microscopy, these flints look like this. They contain opal, of course, chalcedony, and quite bigger than at other sites, amount of quartz. So they are recrystallized. These flints are recrystallized, and amount of the quartz is above 20 up to 30%, because this is medium value from many countings, from many obtained from many analyses. So relics of organic skeletons, these for example, probably these, and all is disseminated. Material is of good but not best quality for napping. Next site, and again location is given by GPS. You may discover this. There is old not working quarry where are Cretaceous limestones and containing flints, and flints are easy collect from small cones, from small hills, which are done during the exploration. And flints under the microscopy look like very special. It contains quite a lot carbonates, opal, quite a lot. You see these black spots, there is opal, because opal is isotropic. So under polarizing light, at polarizing light microscopy, it look like black. And chalcedony, these gray spots, small points, this is chalcedony. And medium value of mineral composition from this place look like this, mostly chalcedony up to 60%, opal, quartz, and carbonates, mostly above 10%, up to 20, and sometimes slightly even more. Next site, next outcrop is Kunino location, with presence of Cretaceous limestones, and at this limestone are present very big, beautiful nodules of gray, light gray flint. This is hammer of Dr. Stefanka Ivanova as scale. This nodule, weathered nodule, and there is next nodule, and the next nodule. So big nodules, very good for napping, and it's very easy using these nodules produce big flakes. And under microscopy, this flint is homogeneous, composed mostly from quartz. It's mostly quartz and mostly chalcedony, and quartz present in the form of nodules of sponga, because these flints are secondary after organisms, so-called sponga, and these sponga are built of special kind of needles like this, and these needles are mineralized with quartz, not chalcedony. Very good for napping, very homogeneous material. And next site, 5, site near village Chukarite, and there are 30 gravels present in the fields, in field roads, and between natural flints one can find implements of probably of various age. Dr. Stefanka Ivanova and Dr. Maria Gurova are collecting.
Waiting for device to connect.
Sorry. At these places are collecting materials for investigation. Sorry. Okay, it's closed. It's off now. And under microscopy, sorry, I don't know what happened. Disappeared picture. So, but material is composed mostly of chalcedony mixed with opal and quartz. Sorry, no photos. Next time maybe will be. Next site, 6, is Felosiak near Pleven. There are natural outcrops of limestones, Cretaceous, mostly strongly eroded, these small hills, and under these hills are present gravels, and these gravels are composed of chalcedony, quartz, and opal, as all flints at various proportion, but these flints contain a lot of carbonates, these slightly yellowish grains are representing carbonates. And at the background we have mostly chalcedony and quartz, and there are no opaque minerals. And next site, number 7, Fetyniak. It's localized on the banks of artificial lake. There is the dam closing the valley and collecting the water. And in roads, field roads surrounding this small artificial basin, there are gravels, and these gravels contain small implements of Stone Age. We collect some samples, and they are very special because they contain mostly chalcedony, and this chalcedony shows orientated direction of growing of crystals, and because of this material is very good for napping. Together with this type of chalcedony are fine chalcedony look like this, absolute traces of opal, and very rare black minerals. Next place is Tudorovo-Bortatovo, near the road, cutting Cretaceous limestones, and these limestones look like this. And in limestones are present irregular flints, irregular nodules of flints. This type of flint is of secondary origin, connected with the migration of silica across not well cemented sediment, carboniferous carbonate, made of carbonates of calcite sediment. Across this sediment migrated silica and crystallized in these irregular forms. Where we look under the microscopy, these flints are of very homogeneous structure, are built mostly of chalcedony, containing opal, this black small spots, there is opal, and very rare quartz grains, it's about 1%, sometimes slightly more, traces of opaque minerals. And site number 9, village Zentnovo, near Muselievo. There is, behind small fuel station, there is natural outcrop cutting slope cone. Above this place there are natural outcrops of limestones with caves, and at this site we discovered very good flints of very good quality, as well as plenty of stone implements of various age. There is Dr. Stefanka Ivanova is collecting material for examination. So under the microscopy, these flints are of very good quality too, are composed mostly of chalcedony and opal, and under the microscopy one can see mineralized needles of sponga of Cretaceous age, traces of crystallized or recrystallized structures, biological structures, difficult for determination, what is this, and probably micropaleontological finds. And there is a diagram showing proportion of determined minerals in these flames. Sometimes this amount is oscillating plus minus 5–7%. And sites above Nikopol, near Danube River, on the hills, we have outcrops opened by road cutting the small mountains, and at these outcrops we have Cretaceous limestone with big, very good quality flints, and it's very levels of presence of flints at this place. And above outcrops on the flat area there are localized archaeological prehistoric sites of various age, Paleolithic as well as Neolithic, Mesolithic, etc. Plenty of implements one can find there. So under the microscopy this material is very homogeneous. It's built mostly of very fine chalcedony, traces of opal and traces of quartz. This slightly bigger light spot, there is quartz, very good for napping, and because of this, at this place was a lot of, in the past was a lot of archaeological sites. And site Muselievo, very famous, known by all prehistorians in the world, There are again Cretaceous limestones, natural outcrops with caves, and slope cones are built of fragments of limestones, of course, containing flints and plenty of archaeological implements. And under the microscopy, these all flints and implements look like very similar. There is picture of typical local flints of organic origin. If you look carefully, one can see traces of organic structures. There are traces of organic structures, most probably of sponga, and these structures are mineralized with chalcedony, and inside there is chalcedony and opal, and are very rare grains of carbonates. Mineral composition, Muselievo flints are shown there on this diagram. In small village Creta near Danube, we migrated along the Danube River, and we discovered sites like these, where are Cretaceous limestones, this part down, and these limestones are covered with less deposits, Aeolian. And flints are localized at the slope cones there. We collected some pieces of natural flints as well as some pieces worked, which are implements or fragments of implements. And flints of this area are very special because they are mostly done composed of chalcedony mixed with opal. These dark places, there is opal. And at this background, one can see concentrations of quartz. There are organic compounds mineralized secondarily with quartz. What it was primarily is difficult to say. This was probably needle of sponga, but nobody is able to say slightly more. And these organic forms are mineralized with quartz. Mineral composition is there, traces of opaque minerals. And site above Kallen, near Mesdra, there are again limestones, Cretaceous, with big nodules of flints of very good quality. These flints are of light gray color, similar like in Roman Karlukovo. This is the same formation, very big, beautiful material for napping. And under microscopy, polarizing light microscopy, it looked like very special because it's composed of chalcedony, opal, a small amount of quartz, and opaque minerals, or minerals. There are organic structures mineralized with probably iron sulfides, pyrite, this and this and this, and because of this admixture, flints from this place are very typical and easy for determination, but only under the microscope, using microscopy, because with eye only it's very difficult to say what is this. So, and summary conclusions. So of course all these flints are composed mostly of chalcedony, opal and quartz at various proportion, and these examinations were performed for the determination of this proportion, because everybody knows that flints are built of chalcedony, opal, and quartz. Sometimes contains small admixture. There are pictures, macroscopic pictures of these flints from various sites as material for comparison with material from archaeological implements from archaeological sites, prehistoric sites, because determination of origin of flints is indicator of the roots of migration of peoples in the past. And some of sites we observed, open sites, they're probably of very old. They sometimes are older than million years. In the Cave Kozarnik, explored by Bulgarian and French mission, there are finds older than 1,600,000 years, 100,000 years. So this work and explanation and presentation was done as a material for comparison and as an example for future examination of raw materials in Bulgaria, which is important not only for Bulgaria but for all Europe. I like to thank very much colleagues from Bulgaria, Maria Gurova, Stefanka Ivanova, and Dr. Popova for collaboration and for very interesting work in the field as well in the laboratories. Thank you very much.